Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Olivia, or Liv, and I am a bookworm. So today I am meshing my two favorite things, Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, together. And we are going to see what houses the demigods will be sorted into. So let's get right on to the video. Okay, so the characters I will be doing today are the 7, Jason, Piper, Leo, Frank, Hazel, Percy, Annabeth. Then plus Reyna, Thalia, and Nico, and then Grover, because Grover is like an original character and I had to do him. So let's start the 7. So the 7, I'm actually going to do 5 right now. I'm doing Percy and Annabeth at the end, so you have to stay tuned for that. So the first character I'm going to be doing today is Jason Grace. For those of you who don't know who Jason Grace is a Roman demigod, son of Jupiter, who is king of the gods and Lord of the sky. So he's got that, and Jupiter is the Roman form of Zeus, who is Greek god of the sky, Lord of the heavens, whatever you want to call him. He's equally annoying in both forms. So like. Anyways, so Jason, I actually took time on this. It probably took me like half an hour, maybe more, just to do all these characters. And so I'm gonna say Jason is very loyal. Penny, oh my gosh. Jason is very loyal, and he's very fair, I would say, too. So, for those reasons, I'm going to have to put him in Hufflepuff. I would say he's pretty patient, too. And Hufflepuffs are known for being loyal and patient and hardworking and dedicated, and the fairest the most inclusive out of all of those houses, and so, out of all of the houses, and so that's why I'm going to put Jason Grace in Hufflepuff. Next character. The next character I will be doing is Piper McLean. Piper McLean is a daughter of Aphrodite. But she's very brave, and she's very, I would say, she's a great leader. She can be very brave, but also reckless at the same time sometimes. And that's a big thing for Gryffindors, but also being a great leader is a big thing for Slytherins. So I wasn't sure whether to put her in Gryffindor or in Slytherin. So I think that if she were in Slytherin, because Slytherins are great leaders, and they're very cunning, and they're very ambitious, and Piper is I would say she's very ambitious, but she's also very brave, like in Gryffindor, and I don't know where to put her. I think I'm gonna put her in Gryffindor for today. Maybe, if she was in Slytherin, I feel like she would be a bit different, but I feel like she's, like a Ginny. I feel like she's like a Ginny. So for that reason, I'm going to put Piper in Gryffindor. Next character on my list today is Frank Zhang, or Zhang. I really don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's spelled Z-H-A-N-G. Don't know how you say that. He's Chinese, but he is actually a Roman demigod, son of Mars, who is the Roman form of Ares, the Greek god of war. But Frank is such a caring character. He is so kind, and he's just a big teddy bear. Like Annabeth says, I think it's in the Mark of Athena, that Frank is just a big teddy bear. He's just so sweet. And so, obviously I'm going to put him in Hufflepuff. Most of the Percy Jackson characters are either Hufflepuffs or Gryffindors. Most of them are Gryffindors because they're all they're a little too brave sometimes. But I think I'm gonna put Frank Zhang. I'm gonna say Zhang just for now. I know that's probably not how you pronounce it, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna put Frank Zhang in Hufflepuff, just because of he's just kind heart, and he's just such a nice person. So I'm gonna put him there. Next character is Hazel. Okay. Hazel Levesque is a Roman demigod, daughter of Pluto, who is the Roman form of Hades, the Greek god of the underworld. Not god of death, that's Thanatos. don't get them mixed up. So, but Hazel is, so this makes her and Nico siblings, half siblings. But I feel like we had always perceived a child of Hades to be this dark person who's like hates the sun and that kind of thing. And with Nico, we kind of got that. But before with Bianca, it was a little bit different. She wasn't exactly like that. But get to the point. So Hazel is nothing like that. She's very positive and optimistic. She is a very sweet person, but she's so brave, and she has a brave heart. She's very determined. And I couldn't tell whether I should put her in Gryffindor for her bravery and courage, or if I should put her in Hufflepuff for her kindness and dedication. I think I'm going to have to put her in Gryffindor just because she's so, I would say she's outgoing, but she's very brave, I would say. She's just such a great character. Hazel's so sweet. Her and Frank are adorable. So I'm going to put Hazel Levesque in Gryffindor. Okay, our last character out of the 7 minus Percy and Annabeth is Leo Valdez. So Leo Valdez is a Greek demigod, son of Hephaestus, who is the god of blacksmiths and fire. And Leo is one of my favorite characters. I love him so much. He is like he's so full of humor, but at the same time he has this like sadness inside of him because of what's happened in the past. But Leo's he's the comedic relief of the books. He's so funny, and he loosens the tension in a tough situation, and I just love him for that because I kind of do the same thing. It's probably because I read about him, and so I'm using that in my life, but I can relate to Leo in that way and like not doing the serious stuff sometimes. So, but Leo Valdez is just an all-around awesome character. I love him so much, and he's very brave, and I don't really know how he's the annoying one, but in like a really good way, like a brave and like strong way. I would say he's confident in himself most of the time, at least with his humor he is. And so I feel like that's kind of a big part of being a Gryffindor, especially being brave. And so Leo is just like a fast thinker on his feet, and I think nerve is a big thing of Gryffindors too. And so like having the confidence to be able to put yourself out there as this humoristic person who's very annoying, but at the same time is a great character. I would say he's a Gryffindor just because he's so brave. And I'm just trying to put him in Gryffindor and trying to explain it, but everybody knows he's a Gryffindor. He's a Gryffindor. I'm putting Leo Valdez in Gryffindor. He and friend George would just... I would be scared for the like headmistress or headmaster of Hogwarts. Just imagine them in charms together. Yeah, let's not. That scares me. Okay, now we move on to Nico, Thalia, and Reyna. So first character I'm going to do is Reyna, Avila, Ramirez-Arellano. I think that's how you pronounce it. Reyna, Avila, Ramirez-Arellano. I don't know! Okay. Anyways, so Reyna is a Roman demigod, freighter, daughter of Bellona, Bellona? I don't know how to say that goddess's name, but Bellona, or her mother, is the Roman goddess of war, kind of like how Athena was, but not Athena because she's not wisdom as well, she's just war. But anyways, Reyna's mom is Bellona, I don't know, why do I just like, okay. And her mom is war goddess. So, but Reyna is I would say she's very calm at times, she's very patient, but she's also very brave, and she's such a great leader, and oh my gosh. But she's also so kind and patient, and then like she's so smart at the same time. So Reyna, to me, she's like a mix of all the houses. She's like wise like a Ravenclaw. She's brave like a Gryffindor. She's dedicated and patient like a Hufflepuff. And then she's such a great leader like a Slytherin. And she's very ambitious, I would say. She's very dedicated to what she does. So I really can't decide for Reyna, but let me know what you guys think on my Instagram at @LiveTheBookworm. I want to know what you guys think. I'll try to put a poll up. But like Reyna is just so cool, and so I just feel like she's a mix of all the houses. I feel like if I were the Sorting Hat, I would have a tough time deciding where she belongs. Moving on to Thalia Grace. So Thalia Grace is the Greek demigod, daughter of Zeus, but she's also a hunter of Artemis. So Thalia is very independent and very ambitious. She's also very determined, and she's very brave. So for these reasons, I'm either going to have to put her in Slytherin or Gryffindor. I feel like Slytherins and Gryffindors are very similar, but at the same time they're not. So that's why I'm having a tie between Gryffindor and Slytherin for some of these characters. So Slytherins are known for being great leaders and weighing out all the options before making a decision about anything. And then Gryffindors don't really think, they just do. So now, do I think Thalia thinks before she does something, or does she not? I would say as a Greek demigod, she does not. But I feel like she's such a Slytherin, so I'm gonna have to put her in Slytherin for today. If you guys think otherwise, please let me know on my Instagram, because I am here to talk. I'm in quarantine, school has been canceled for the rest of the year for me, so you know, I'm hanging out. I'm free to chat, really. Okay, moving on. So we have Nico D'Angelo. For those of you who don't know, Nico D'Angelo is the demigod son of Hades, who is the Greek god of the underworld, not death. That is Thanatos. I knew you were thinking I was going to say death, but I didn't, because that's Thanatos. Anyways, Nico is a very reserved character. I feel like because, oh my gosh, oh, I had a penny in my pocket. You know, that's just gonna go there. Okay. Nico is a very private character. He likes keeping things to himself, but that's mostly because of what's happened in the past, and I won't spoil anything for those of you who have not read about Nico. But Nico is in the beginning he was very cheerful and such a cute little kid. And then we saw him grow up in these past few books, and instead of being that little kid who played with Mythomagic cards, he turned into this very private person who doesn't talk to anybody. And it's kind of sad. It's very sad to me. And so that's probably why I feel like I love Nico so much. And like, I'll never know what he's been through, but like, I have a lot of respect for being able to keep going for Nico. So Nico, I have this crazy idea of him being a Ravenclaw. I know he's not, but just like, can you all imagine Nico with like glasses and his robes on? It just warms my heart to see Nico as a Ravenclaw. I know he's not, so I'm not going to put him in Ravenclaw, but it'd be really cute if he was in Ravenclaw. So it's either between Gryffindor or Slytherin, again, because they're so similar. I feel like everybody's going to put Nico in Slytherin just because he's a son of Hades, and I don't know. I feel like Nico is a Slytherin though, because he kind of thinks before he acts. I feel like he does weigh out his options, because in the last Olympian, when he's talking to Percy about his big idea about like what can defend him against Kronos. So Nico had a lot of time to think about that, and he realized that it was the only option. So I feel like Nico had thought about that a lot. So for that reason, I'm going to put Nico in Slytherin. That's just how it's going to be. Okay, now for the last 3 characters I'm doing today, it is the original trio, which is Grover, Annabeth, and Percy. So let's start out with Grover. I feel like Grover, because he wasn't in the Heroes of Olympus, he's like kind of got forgotten about a little bit, and I love Grover so much. He's such a good character. He's very insecure, and he's just such a sweetheart. But like obviously Grover Underwood is going to go into Hufflepuff. He is such a dedicated satyr to his work and to his job and to his friends as well. And he's so loyal as well, like to Percy and Annabeth, he's so loyal. And then like he's just such a kind satyr, and he's just adorable. So for that reason, I'm going to put Grover Underwood in Hufflepuff. Okay, next up is Annabeth Chase. This is the easiest one to do out of all of these, because her mom is the Greek goddess Athena, who is the goddess of battle strategy, war, and wisdom. And so, for that reason, Annabeth is obviously going in Ravenclaw. Like, duh. She is a Ravenclaw, she has a lot of wit, she's very intelligent and clever, and so, like, if she wasn't in Ravenclaw, she would be in Gryffindor for her bravery and so, but she's definitely a Ravenclaw. Annabeth Chase is going in Ravenclaw. Okay, now we are down to our hero, Percy Jackson. So for those of you who do not know, Percy Jackson is the demigod son of Poseidon, who is the Greek god of salt water, the ocean, and earthquakes, and horses. And so Percy is I feel like everybody just wants to put Percy in Gryffindor, and like I can see where you're coming from, but his fatal flaw is literally loyalty. It's like, and Hufflepuffs are known for being such loyal people, and so I feel like that would be a big thing for Percy if he was in Hufflepuff, and I always thought that was the obvious choice. But then people fight with Gryffindor, and I can definitely see him being a Gryffindor, because like he's so brave and not ambitious. I mean, he is ambitious like a Slytherin, but like for Gryffindors, he's like all of the words that they use to describe a Gryffindor. He's got nerve, like he's just so brave and so amazing and such like a hero, and most heroes come from Gryffindor. But Percy, I feel like I could always argue that he's a Hufflepuff. But today I'm going to put him in Gryffindor. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram. Follow me at @LiveTheBookworm. I am free to answer to DMs, and I post daily, so go ahead and check that out. Until next time, guys, keep reading, keep creating, and don't forget to be yourself. Bye, guys!